Anthony Crimmon's StickStar Lacrosse component-based instructional methodology. And Pillar 7 are the upright feel exercises. Once again, we're working on creating feel in our hands with the stick, pulling the ball against the mesh, going from edge to edge, and really understanding how to create feel with your hands. These are the upright feel exercises. So what will we cover in Pillar 7 upright feel exercises? First, we'll start with our body positioning and our foundation. Then we'll work on being choked up, inside edge. Then end of the stick, outside edge. After that, we'll go with half moons. Finally, we'll start to punch and pull, and then we will search for the skills that come from the feel exercises. So, feel exercise 1, upright, is finding the inside edge. All right, my hands are in a good position. I'm choked up. My feet are squared up. My elbows and hands are up. Again, making sure that the stick is outside of the palm of my hands. So I'm going to turn on the inside edge, making small circles, feeling the ball against the mesh, not just spinning it out of control, but really wanting to feel the ball against the mesh. This is where your arms and your shoulders are going to get tired. We're building strength in our shoulders so that we can ensure that we keep our hands up late in games when we're throwing the ball. But this is the inside edge feel exercise, small circles, feeling the ball against the mesh. So feel exercise 2, upright, is going to be hands at the end of the stick. Again, body position, elbows up, hands up. This is the inside edge. This is now the outside edge. So we're going to go outside edge, pulling the ball against the mesh, turning the stick in our hands, finding the edges, feeling the stick outside of the palm of our hands, not just overly spinning it, big circles. Again, this is going to make your hands tired. You're turning the stick in your hands, building feel. That's outside edge, big circles. So this is feel exercise 3. I want you to think about an ice cream cone. You're gonna cut that ice cream cone in half. So my elbows are up. My thumb is where it should be on the back ridge or on the side. My elbows are away. Again, stick is in the palm of my hands. So we're gonna make little half moons, right? We're going here, edge, here, edge, edge to edge. We're pivoting around the bottom hand, that's our pivot point, and our top hand is making the circle around it. So with the bottom thumb, we can push the stick back and forth, edge to edge, crescent moons. Edge to edge, little half moons, and that's feel exercise 3. So another exercise that we can do is punching the stick. We want to be able to punch our top hand through, right? We think it's important to feel the ball against the mesh, right? With the bottom hand, punching it across, but you can do it with your top hand. So I can punch out, pull back, punch across. So punching allows us to turn our top hand quickly, pushing the ball against the mesh. So now I can punch, pull back, punch across, punching the ball across your face. It's a top hand feel exercise. So let's talk about the skills that we can find in each of these exercises. The first one was the inside edge feel exercise. Well, that's your box fake, right? Turning the stick with your bottom hand, punching it, right? And that comes from that inside edge. We're punching, turning. That's your box fake. So then we had outside edge, right? Well, that is if you trim this circle from the 360 to 90 degrees, that's your quarter turn cradle, right? Or it's your wind up. Next thing, you've got your edge to edge, right? Well, this is your twister, right? Faking far, twisting near. Faking far, twisting near. So feel exercises build into your skills, and it's not just any skills, it's many of the toughest skills. The box fake is a difficult skill. The bottom hand quarter turn cradle is a difficult skill. And the twister is a difficult skill. But through these feel exercises, we make them tangible. So, what did we cover with our upright feel exercises? We talked about inside edge, short circles, smaller circles, and we talked about outside edge, bigger circles. Then we talked about punching the stick through. We also discussed the half moons in front of our body, and we talked about the skills that come from these feel exercises. In our next pillar, we're going to discuss winding up.